Good morning.
And welcome to you all. It's good to be back. And of course, it's going to be a very busy session. I just trust that you all had a productive constituency period. And I know that last week we had a very productive training program. And let me express a word of appreciation to those who organized this program, but also to all members who attended the training program. Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, I have a copy of the agenda before me. Will you please look at the copy of the agenda? Are there any other issues you'd like to be included on the agenda? And then I'll be happy if someone moves for the adoption of the agenda.
Madam Speaker, with your permission, ma'am, I would just like to register the apology of the Deputy Speaker. We also had to receive an apology from Honorable Frolic, but I see he's in the meeting. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, I'm sure.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Yes. I want to apologize for the Chief Whip who's attending PAP in Joburg. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chief Whip. Honorable members, any other apologies? Okay, apologies accepted. Can somebody move for the adoption of the agenda, please?
Swart moves to Swart. Thank you, Speaker.
Honorable Swart.
Sheikh Imam, second.
Honorable Sheikh Imam. Thank you very much. The agenda having been adopted, honorable members, I would like us to look into the minutes of the meeting of the 9th of June. Meeting of the 9th of June. Are we happy with the page 1 of the minutes? I think you can move faster than that. Honorable members, at least would have had an opportunity to go through their minutes. Are we happy with second page of the minutes?
Yes.
And the third page? Okay, 4. And 5. Thank you very much. Will someone move for the adoption of the minutes? Anyone?
I move, Honorable Speaker, for the adoption.
Thank you, Honorable Singh. With the minutes having been adopted, shall we now...
I second this, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, sis. Thank you. Now, shall we proceed then to look at matters arising out of the minutes?
Madam Speaker, with your permission, Member could assist with that.
Yes, thank you.
The one issue that was raised at the previous meeting related to questions to the President. There was a call for 2 sessions in September in this term, third term, and that has since been given effect to. President will be coming on the 30th of August, and again on the 29th of, in other words, we'll be answering questions, 30th of August and 29th of September. There was also a request for investigations in relation to matters around Pala. And honorable members will be aware that Speaker has since deemed the motion by Honorable Zungula compliant, and there is now a process underway for a panel to be set up to look into the matter. Then the other matter related to timeframes in relation to legislation. When we get to the Bills Office report, that report will be given in terms of where we are with bills such as the Electoral Amendment Bill and related bills. The meeting also discussed members' training, and as Madam Speaker has already indicated, we had the session from the 16th to the 19th of August. And there will be a follow-up session because we couldn't deal with all the items that were meant to be considered there. There will be a special session arranged, hopefully in September, if not in October, to deal with the outstanding matters. Madam Speaker, thank you so much. That's my report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaso. Those were issues, matters arising out of the minutes. Are there any comments, honorable members?
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Singh.
No, thank you very much. Can I have my camera off? Because like I said, I'm in a hotel room in Pretoria. Madam Speaker, with regard to the Section 89, I know you requested us to submit our comments, our preferred panelists by the 1st of September. What time frame are you looking at after that? And when do you think this panel can start actually doing the work with the clear terms of reference? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Singh. According to the rules, which I have seen, the process after the appointment of the independent panel will take about 30 days. Once the panel has been appointed and announced and appointed, that panel will have 30 days within which to do its work and present a recommendation to the office of the Speaker. So I would imagine that if Honorable, in fact, that's one of the things I would have wanted to remind Honorable members about, which is that Honorable members will have up to the 1st to make your submissions. On the 2nd, we may then be announcing the panel, and the panel will immediately start its work, and it has exactly 30 minutes, 30 months, days, 30 days, I'm sorry, 30 days from that time, from the date of announcement. Mr. Kaso, am I correct?
Madam Speaker, certainly you are correct. From its appointment, the panel will take 30 days. Members, of course, will be aware that once the Speaker has received all the names, which will obviously be more than 3 names, Speaker has then to select the 3 out of the many names that would have been submitted. From there, we must then establish or ascertain the availability of the selected names. So it could very well happen that a particular name would indicate, look, I'm not available. Then we must go to the next name. But however, we'll try to really speed up that process with the guidance of Madam Speaker and just finalize procurement issues, because remember this involves such matters as well. So, but once they are appointed in terms of the rules, it's 30 days and certain, the terms of reference for that panel are already contained in the rules. The rules are clear in terms of what the panel is supposed to do. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Mr. Klasso. Any further clarity, Honorable Member?
Yes,
yes.
Speaker.
Honorable Mkalipi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker. I just want to get a clarity in terms of Tuesday. Is the President going to be physically in Parliament, or will be answering questions on virtual?
Well, Honorable Mkalipi, I wouldn't know for now. I wouldn't have that kind of information. What I do know is that the President has definitely confirmed that on the 30th, he will be taking questions. Whether he will do so virtually or physically, I expect that the Office of the President will inform me at the appropriate time. For now, I have no idea. Thank you. Any further questions? Okay. All right. Are we happy? Then we proceed. Are there any other matters under matters arising? It seems no. There aren't any other matters. We then proceed to receive a report from Advocate Tau from the committee section. Advocate Tau.
Good morning, Madam Speaker and colleagues. Our report starts at slide number 4. On this slide, we show that Canopus for Private Purposes Bill before PC on Justice and Correctional Services. The committee is planning to finalize its work on the 7th of September, and deliberations are taking place on the dates indicated. The next update is on slide number 5. Yeah, on this slide, the PC on transport dealing with economic regulation of transport bill is going to do the clause by clause during the 3rd term, and the expropriation bill that is before PC on public works and infrastructure. The committee is planning to finalize the bill on the 14th of September with other activities taking place as indicated. The next update is on slide number 6. On this slide, the Land Court Bill before PC on Justice and Correctional Services, the committee is planning to finalize the bill on the 6th of September with other deliberations taking place as indicated on the slide. The update is on slide number 9. Yeah, on this slide, the Electoral Laws Amendment Bill before PC on Home Affairs, the committee is planning to finalize its work on the 30th of August. The next slide is on slide number 10, update. Yeah, on this slide, the PC on Employment and Labor is planning to finalize the Compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Amendment Bill on the 14th of September with other deliberations taking place as indicated on there. And then below there are about 3 bills that have been received recently. The committees will schedule them. The next update is on slide number 11. On this slide, PC on Police is planning to finalize the Protection of Constitutional Democracy Against Terrorist and Related Activities Amendment Bill on the 28th of September with other activities indicated on this slide. The next update is on the slide number 12. Number 15, it's number 12. The 2 committees, PC on Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, as well as PC on Employment and Labor, are busy with their oversight work concerning the living conditions of farm workers and farm dwellers. The committee is currently on oversight visits in various provinces. The committee is planning to table its report on the 14th of October. The next update is on slide number 15. On this slide, it is the Committee on Section 194 inquiry. We show the amended dates and activities. The committee has been busy during recess, and the aim is to finish its work on the 25th of November. The next update is on slide number 16. The ad hoc committee on floods relief and disaster recoveries is also busy with its work. It has been busy during the recess. The committee is currently in KZN on follow-up visits and also engagement with stakeholders. and the committee is planning to finalize its work on the 9th of September. This concludes our report, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Advocate Dawu. Honorable members, before we even proceed with discussion or comments on those matters, I should have congratulated first Honorable Kwahube, who has been elected the Chief Whip of the opposition party. I know she's been part of this forum, but she was in this forum in a different capacity. And then I would also want to congratulate, I'm assuming that the Secretary of Parliament is on the screen here. I haven't seen his name as yet, but I'd also like to congratulate him for joining us in Parliament. Shall we now proceed, honorable members? The report from Advocate Dawu's team from the committee section. Are there any comments members would like to raise in relation to the report before us? Any comments on the report from the committee section, honorable members?
Honorable Speaker, there seem to be two hands up. One is Honorable Mkalipi and one is Comrade Frolic.
I'm so sorry, it doesn't, okay, now I can see them. Honorable Mkalipi. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize her. Followed by Honorable Frolic. Honorable Mkalipi.
Speaker, sorry, man, I had a cut off. I'm using the phone to log in. I know it's not part of the report, but it's part of the committee. Speaker, can you intervene? The committee on COCTA is no longer the committee. It's quiet, it's not doing their work, it's dead. So can you imagine now, the committee, even during recess, they have not even applied to sit while they are expected to do the oversight on municipalities, which are dysfunctional. So I'm just raising that concern to you to look at it, Speaker, because that committee is not functioning anymore. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mkalipi. I will defer that to Honorable Frolic. Honorable Frolic, fortunately, you have your hand up. Will you please come in?
So good morning, Honorable Speaker, and also good morning to the other colleagues on the platform. Honorable Speaker, as Advocate Tau has indicated, the ad hoc committee on the floods is currently in KwaZulu-Natal, and we're on our way to a site in Verulam. May I indicate that the date of 9 September is a provisional date because there are certain things that we still need to process that we became aware about during the follow-up visits. So that is just a target date, and it is likely that we will possibly finish that work only by the end of September and have the report ready to be tabled in the House. Also, Honorable Speaker, I've become aware of certain committees, and I've written to all the relevant chairpersons and also generally to all chairpersons where there seems to be an urge to also get involved in the issues around the floods in KZN, Eastern Cape, and also Northwest. Now, there's a House resolution passed by both Houses of Parliament, and we cannot allow parallel processes now to start where committees, specific committees themselves see the need to interact with the very same stakeholders that the ad hoc committee is interacting with. And I've alerted the committee section management that they are the ones who sit with the programs in front of them of the different committees, and they must ensure that the resolution of Parliament is upheld to avoid the confusion that will occur out of this process. Secondly, I'm also aware, Honourable Speaker, of the challenges that the Honourable Mkalipi has raised around COCTA. I'm also aware of the challenges around COCTA that was raised. The chairperson, in fact, has raised the matter with me, and they require additional days during recess. But the process of additional days during recess is very specific in terms of the discussions we had in the Chief Whips Forum, as well as in the Programming Committee. It's those committees with urgent business in front of them that may apply. But I am in interaction with the chairperson of that committee, the Honourable Kasa, and we have decided on a specific way forward where additional applications will be made for specific instances that the committee seems to be, that is urgent to be dealt with. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Do I hear you suggesting that by the 9th of September, 11th of September, we will not be able to receive a report from the ad hoc committee? You may not be ready with the report.
Yes, Speaker, that was the 9th was just a target date, and it is unlikely that we're going to meet that target. Remember, we have a mandate until the end of November. So realistically speaking, we will adjust the date of completion of the committee itself within the timeframes of Parliament. And the Honourable Nyambe and myself will discuss the specific date, and it will be relayed in the specific programming committee meetings of both houses.
Thank you very much. That was the issue, honourable members. I hope all of you have noted that, and that the matter of the COCTA committee, which seems to be dysfunctional for now, will be dealt with. There is currently a discussion between Honourable Frolick and the chairperson of that committee. And I would like us to put that matter to rest. I see the hand of Honourable Hendricks from Al Jama.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, quite a few matters have been raised with regard to the floods in KZN and other parts of the country. However, I feel that the programming committee must deal urgently with the report of the Auditor General that every cent spent to bring relief to the floods has been unlawful, has been corrupt. The Minister of Infrastructure has also raised the concerns in press reports, and I can't understand why this matter is not being dealt with by the programming committee. We cannot allow Parliament to be besmirched by these auditors' findings and press reports. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member Hendricks. Honourable Buroto.
Good morning, Speaker. Thank you, and good morning, colleagues. No, Speaker, I just wanted to talk on the issue that you just summarized about a dysfunctional committee. I think when it goes to the minutes, it's not the correct notion that it is dysfunctional. I don't think that is what Mr. Frolick was saying. I don't know how to put it, but the word dysfunctional going to the minutes is worrying. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Buroto, for setting the record straight. Honourable Hope Papo.
Speaker, I'm just worried we are turning this NAPC into a forum for committees. When Mr. Frolick deals with all matters related to committees, he can just meet things in the NAPC which have not been raised with him. Otherwise, it creates a lot of problems because we must receive process matters in the NAPC from various units of the NA. Now, we're now discussing which is very important because there is a committee which deals with AG matters. Has that committee dealt with these important matters? Otherwise, we will be a committee which deals mop-up or like a mop-up operation for NA. And it will create a problem for the role of this committee.
Thank you very much, Honourable Papo, for your comments. However, I thought the matter which was raised here arose out of the report of Advocate Dawu, which was presented on the committee section. Now, I've noted your comments on the matter. I see the hand of Honourable Frolick once more. Honourable Frolick.
No, thank you, Honourable Speaker. No, I would agree with the assertion made by Honourable Buroto. Certainly the committee is not dysfunctional, and it's a matter that I'm dealing with the chairperson so that they can get additional days to conduct oversight on specific matters, and the matter is being processed. Secondly, the matter raised by the Honourable Hendricks. I just want to inform the programming committee that the ad hoc committee on floods will meet with the Auditor General next Wednesday in Pretoria, where after the Auditor General will release the interim report on what she has uncovered in terms of spending on the disaster. In the high-level briefing that the Honorable Nyambi and myself have already received from the Auditor General on Monday, there's certainly not what is indicated by the Honorable Hendricks. My apologies. But that is a matter, Speaker, that will be made public after the Auditor General, or when the Auditor General next Wednesday, Thursday release the interim report, so that we don't take broad shots in terms of what the situation is. And I'll rather leave it to the Auditor General's office itself to pronounce on the matter, instead of picking up on certain snippets that may be in the media and which is questionable at this stage as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Frolick. Honorable members, I think we should, Honorable Frolick, having rounded up the issues, both on the COPTA committee and clarified the issues, and on the Auditor General's report, and that they've had a meeting with the AG, and that next week they will be having another interaction with the Office of the Auditor General. I suggest we rest that matter and proceed to receive a report from Dr. Mbata from the Bill's office.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Good morning, honorable members. Can I request that we show the report, the slide report, which is a report on legislation. Thank you. On our report, Honorable Speaker, we have updates on slide 2 on the list of legislation currently before Parliament, distributed together with this report. On section A, it shows that there are now 9 bills on the order paper. 5 of the 9 bills were reported following our previous meeting. They are the Performance Protection Amendment Bill, Copyright Amendment Bill, Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, which is B41 of 2018, and another Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, B13 of 2020, and the Children's Amendment Bill. 37 bills are before committees, and 4 new bills have been introduced and referred to committees since our last meeting. These bills are the National Youth Development Agency Amendment Bill, Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, Protection of Constitutional Democracy Amendment Bill, and the Traditional Affairs General Amendment Bill. Slide 4, please. Honorable Speaker, slide 4 indicates that 2 bills are with the President for assent. And we have recently received 6 bills signed by the President, and they have since been sent to the Constitutional Court for safekeeping. Next slide, please. The Bills Office is processing the following draft bills and getting them ready for introduction. The first one is the Maintenance Amendment Bill, which is a private member's bill. The second one is General Laws Anti-Money Laundering Amendment Bill. The third one is Deeds Registries Amendment Bill. And the last one is Drugs and Drug Trafficking Amendment Bill. And that's all from the Bills Office, Honorable Speaker. And with your permission, may I please hand over to my colleague, Advocate van der Merwe, to report on Constitutional Court judgments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mbata. Will you please take over?
Good morning. Yes, good morning, Speaker. Thank you very much, and good morning to the members. Members, we have also sent out a report, and I noted that it was circulated to all members, which will speak to all the matters where there are Constitutional Court suspended orders on. But there are 4 that I want to specifically speak to in this meeting. The first one is the Women's Legal Centre. This is a new case It affects two acts, the Marriage Act and the Divorce Act. These two acts are administered by two different departments. Justice and Constitutional Development deals with the Divorce Act and Home Affairs with the Marriage Act. Now, we have alerted the committee of this. We have also corresponded with both departments, and both departments have confirmed in writing that they are on top of this matter. There is, in fact, a white paper that has already been approved by Cabinet in March 2022. The Department of Home Affairs is, in fact, dealing with the appointment of a legislative drafter to assist them, a specialist on this issue, to assist them with the drafting of the bill. And the Department of Justice has confirmed that they will liaise with the Department of Home Affairs to ensure that their amendments to the Divorce Act speaks to this white paper that has been approved. And of course, Justice also confirmed the undertaking that I spoke to last time that I presented, that they will submit legislation to Parliament in half the time granted by the court. So they target introduction by June of next year. The next matter is the matter of Smith, dealing with the Drugs and Drug Trafficking Act. On this one, we are getting a lot closer to the time where the court has given Parliament to act. However, we have also briefed the committee yesterday. The committee is very much on top of this matter. They are aware of the urgency. They are aware of the time that is given. And the department has also confirmed that this bill is targeted for introduction before the end of August. It is, in fact, going through the final stages at the moment. So the committee is also meeting next week with the department to discuss this bill and some other bills so that we can see what would be the best way to make sure that it in fact is enabling Parliament to achieve the time given by the court. On the next slide, we're also looking at the Correctional Services Act amendment. Sorry, if we can go to slide 3, please. Thank you. This is the Sonke Gender Justice matter, and also the time given by the court is getting very close. It is December of this year, as with the previous one, the Smith matter. But similarly, this is before the Committee on Justice and Correctional Services, and the committee is very much aware of this. The department has indicated that there is progress on a bill. They're targeting introduction early September. The committee has indicated that they need to follow up with the department, make sure that this is in fact going to happen and how to schedule their program, and they will meet on this also next week. So next week, Portfolio Committee on Justice will meet with both these departments and make sure that everything is done to enable Parliament to achieve the time given by the court. Then the Electoral Amendment Bill. On this one, the court granted an extension to 10 December 2022. Now, this already happened in June, but there was no meeting to report on. So I'm just giving that information through to make sure that there is continuity for members. And the Portfolio Committee at the moment is in fact deliberating on proposed amendments to the bill. Thank you, Chair. That is all that I am presenting on.
Thank you very much, Charmaine. Thank you. Honorable members, I see the hand of Honorable Swart.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Speaker. Yes, the issues, I want to express our deep gratitude to the legal services for this briefing. I think it just highlights an issue that comes up continually, and we appreciate, Speaker, you put in mechanism in place to monitor the Constitutional Court deadlines. The committees are doing their very best, but I think it's important for us to note what was recently said in the New Nation Movement judgment on the extension, where the court said it's no good Parliament saying it's the executive that is delaying, it's Parliament's duty. So I just want to express our appreciation for the fact that Parliament is proactively now looking at Constitutional Court deadlines, that we're not waiting for the executive. Because whilst the Committee of Justice is looking at these matters, they're still not before us, and we've got 3 months to deal with 2 significant bills. And I think it's just to reiterate the need for Parliament to take proactive steps, and indeed, as pointed out during the training session, that we might need to look at committee bills going forward. So I just wanted to express my gratitude once again. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Swart. Any other hand? Any further comments on the report from Dr. Mbata and Charmaine van der Merwe? Honorable Hendricks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm very excited to hear that the time period given by the Constitutional Court will in fact be halved, and that the marriage bill and the divorce bill will be before us in June next year. Is it possible, Honorable Speaker, for members to get a copy of that white paper? Because I'm quite surprised that it was approved by Cabinet in March, and we haven't had sight of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hendricks. Mr. Kaso. Mr. Kaso, will you please come in and give clarity on the white paper?
Madam Speaker, we'll certainly obtain that and make it available to honorable members.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaso. Honorable members, it seems we've come to the end of the presentation and discussion on a report from the police office. The next item on the agenda will be the consideration of the draft parliamentary program. Honorable members, before I invite Honorable Lusume, I just wish to bring to your attention that I've acceded to a request for a debate on persistent illegal mining activities and concomitant crimes as a matter of national public importance. The second matter which I have considered is a request from Honorable M.G. Hendricks for a first reading debate on the maintenance amendment bill. And the program committee will need to decide if this matter is to be placed on the program for a debate. I now recognize Honorable Lisuma, the programming whip, to advise us on scheduling of these matters as well as present the programming report. Honorable Lisuma.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and honorable members and colleagues. May I put on record that I might lose connectivity because we're driving in KZN for an oversight, but I'll request from your good self, Honorable Speaker, that Mr. Kaso then takes over if I get disconnected. Good morning once more. Honorable Speaker, we must say that in terms of the framework hasn't changed as presented at the beginning of this year, calendar year. We will talk starting from the diary for the international relations events and external bodies that Parliament is represented at. First one is the 65th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference, which has already taken place or is underway from the 20th to the 26th of August in Canada. The second one is the Pan-African Parliament Committee session that have started, is in progress, started from the 22nd of August to the 8th of September in Midrand in Johannesburg. The third one is the 14th Summit of Women Speakers, which it will be taking place, is still in progress. It's in August to September in Indonesia. The last one on international fora is the 6th World Speakers Conference, which is taking place in September, October in Indonesia as well. Allow me, Honorable Speaker, to say that I will move to slide 5, which is week 21, which is the current week. Without going to details, is to say that week 21 is the committee week and oversight week. But probably today we are programming committee for our third quarter first sitting. And then I will quickly, Honorable Speaker, through your permission, go to week 22. Week 22 is the first sitting after the recess of plenaries. I will start on Tuesday, and I'll skip Mondays as I go along because those Mondays are constituency days. Tuesday on the 30th of August, I will go only to 14 hours or 15 hours because the 10 to 13 hours is the committee time. On the on the 30th, then we'll have a plenary sitting on the 14 hours until 17 hours for questions to the president. Then on Wednesday, it will be at 15 hours, Honorable Speaker. It's a hybrid sitting, cluster 1, peace and stability, oral questions for reply, and followed by the consideration of the request for approval of Parliament of the protocol amending the agreement between the government of the RSA and the government of the state of Kuwait for avoidance of the double taxation and prevention of fiscal evasion and with respect to taxes on incomes. The last order on the day will be the debate of Women's Month under the theme of women's socio-economic rights, empowerment and resilience. And then on Thursday, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, it will be also a hybrid sitting. The first item on the order paper is a debate on urgent matters of national importance by Honorable Cuthbert under the economic impact of theft and vandalism of public infrastructure, which would be for 95 minutes, and then followed by the consideration of the reports of Performance Protection Amendment Bill and copyright as stated there. And then the last item on the order paper on Thursday will be the consideration of the report of Minerals and Energy Report on fuel price increases. Let's move, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, if you allow us to talk to week 23. Week 23 will start on Tuesday, the 6th of September. It's a hybrid sitting, which will start with member statements, followed by the debate of national importance by the Chief Whip of the majority party, the persistent illegal mining activities and concomitant crimes, which would be 95 minutes debate, then followed by the considerations of the reports. And the first report will be the Charles Amendment Bill and its second reading thereof. And the fifth one will be the multilateral convention to implement tax treaty related to measures to prevent base erosion and profit shifting. The last item will be the report from the oversight report of the Finance Standing Committee, visit on fiscal and of Financial and Fiscal Commission, and the motions without motions and notices of motion. That will be the end of the day. Honorable Speaker, as you all of us are aware that we'll be meeting weekly, I will request that I'll just run through the week 24, which was then on Wednesday will be the plenary on social services cluster 2 oral questions for reply, followed by then on Thursday, Chair, Honorable Speaker, is a hybrid sittings, which at main it will be the first reading or the first schedule. There will be traditional courts bill that is going to be tabled, followed by the revised African Regional Cooperative Agreement for Research, Development and Training related to Nuclear Science and Technology Agreement. And follow the third item there on the other paper will be International Convention on Civil Liability for Bunkers Oil Pollution Damage in 2001. And the second last item on that day, which is the 8th of September, it's a report by Public Accounts Committee on oversight visit to South African Post Office in Johannesburg, and followed by the last item on that day, Honorable Speaker, is Oversight Portfolio Committee of Public Accounts, the same committee on oversight visit to Eskom and its infrastructure project, Matupi and Kusile, as dated outlined there. If I may, Honorable Speaker, then to week 24, which is the 12th of September, I'll quickly just run through and highlight the important debates that will take place there. Through your guidance also, you will indicate if I should go through the whole program until the constituency period of the third quarter, as it were. But we are now at week 24, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, as I indicated that I won't talk to Monday and the mornings of during the weekdays from Tuesday to Friday, but I will focus on the 14 hours or 15 hours. On the 13th of September, it's members' statements, and we're still going to populate the legislations that needs to be tabled before the House, but it's there as an item, followed by the report for approval by Parliament for protocols relating to the amendments of the Article and 50A of A and 56 of the Convention on International Civil Aviation, followed by the Oversight Report of Transport Portfolio Committee on its oversight in Mpumalanga, Northwest and KwaZulu-Natal, as date indicated in April 2022. And the fifth item is the report of the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management of Parliament. The first one will be Parliament of the Republic 2021-2022 midterm year performance report, and followed by the 2021-2022 third quarter report of the same committee, of the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management of Parliament. And then the sixth item there will be motions without notice and notices of motion, and the House will adjourn. We'll go now to the 14th of September 2022, starting from the 15 hours to 18 hours. It's hybrid plenary of governance cluster, governance cluster 3, oral questions for reply. Then on Thursday, which is the 15th of September, Honorable Speaker, 14 hours, it's a hybrid sitting. Is questions to the Honorable Deputy President. And then we will go to week 25, starting on Tuesday. It's a hybrid sitting. Member statements, then we're still going to populate the legislation that needs to be tabled before the House, followed by the debate on Heritage Day, as we will be in the September month, which is Heritage Month, and motions without notice, notices of motion. And I will go to Wednesday, 21st of September, 15 hours to 18 hours hybrid sitting, economics, cluster 4, questions of oral reply. On Thursday, the 22nd of September, 14 hours is a virtual mini plenary sitting, my apology, which are subject for discussion under the DA and followed by the ANC. The second one would be subject for debate under the name of the ANC. They're still going to then give us the topics in terms of the issues that are going to be discussed, but we scheduled that for the mini plenaries. The second mini plenary will be subject for debate for the both parties, ANC and DA. And we shall then proceed, Honorable Speaker, through your permission, to go to week 26. We start on Tuesday, the 27th of September. On 14 hours is condolences for or condolences motion for Miss A. Mutawing, may her soul rest in peace. And we'll populate the legislations thereafter that they need to be tabled before the House as they get 80 seated from the committees. The third item will be consideration of the Social Development Portfolio Committee report, quarterly performance report on an expenditure report of 2021, followed by the same committee on Department of Social Development and South Africa Social Security Agency and National Development Agency on their fourth quarter 2020-21 report. On the fourth item on the order of the 27th of September will be the report from Portfolio Committee of Higher Education and Science and Technology, their fourth quarter report of 2020-21, as well as 2021-22 first quarter report, as it were. Followed by the same committee also, they will table their quarter report of 2021 fourth quarter and the first quarter of 2021-22 financial and non-financial performance of the Department of Science and Technology. The fifth item on the order paper will be the oversight report of the Portfolio Committee on Agriculture, Land and Rural Development, their oversight report to Guangzhou farms in Eastern Cape, as well as the oversight visit of Agricultural Research Council and on the Stewart biological products in Gauteng during the month of April 2022. On Wednesday, hybrid sitting oral questions for Cluster 5 Economics, oral report for questions for oral reports. My apology. Thursday, the 29th of September, is the hybrid sitting questions to the Honorable the President. Honorable Chair, that will bring us to the last week of this quarter. We tabled the proposed program of National Assembly before this meeting, Honorable Speaker, and your good self. But I must talk to the item that you spoke to on the request for motion on for a debate on motion of national importance from Honorable Hendricks. We are in line with the rules 283 to 285. As you have given permission for that, we will schedule it, but would love to suggest that we would schedule it under the mini plenary so that also it does get debated during this quarter, Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much. We'll take questions through your good self, Chair, if there are any. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Suma. Thank you very much. You've really done well considering that you are driving. Mr. Kaso, I see your hand.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would just like to indicate that next week, the 2nd of September, there will be a Rules Committee meeting. It's a Friday, and it starts at 9 till 11. It's a 2-hour meeting. Thank you, Madam Speaker. The agenda will be sent out this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaso. Honorable members, are there any comments on the program which has been presented to us by Honorable Suma? None. Thank you very much, honorable members. Mr. Kaso, are there any announcements?
No, Madam Speaker, I have no announcements to make.
Okay, thank you very much. If there are none, honorable members, and I see no hands on the screen here, that brings us to the closure of our programming committee today. Thank you very much, honorable members. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Recording stopped.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.